What's up, MD? This is Ron Harris. Some of you know me from the forums. I do a little bit of writing for the magazine. I'm here with good friend Matt Puglia. You've seen some MD videos before with our good friend Jose Raymond, who can't be with us today. He's in North Carolina?
North Carolina, guest posing.
He's a busy dude. So we're here at today's Fitness Center, Woburn, Massachusetts. We're going to hit a little shoulders. I am 4 weeks out from Team Universe, and both of us are exactly 6 weeks out from NPC Masters Nationals in Pittsburgh. I'm 43, I'll be 44 in September. When do you turn 40, Mo?
July 2nd.
July 2nd.
Just before the cutoff.
You can go on Facebook and probably send them a gift card or something if you really want.
Perfect.
All right, let's hit some shoulders.
So we started off with this Icarian lateral machine. It's a real smooth machine. I like it. My gym doesn't have it, which is why when I go to this gym, Today's Fitness in Woburn, I always tend to use it if I'm training shoulders. I start off doing 2 arms at a time. As the weight gets heavier, as the sets go on, I move on to using 1 arm at a time. I do this primarily because I have severe shoulder issues in my left shoulder. I have a large bone spur. I have almost no cartilage left. In the fall of 2011, I had a decompression surgery where the doctor carved out some space out of the acromion underneath, so the joint would have a little bit more room to move around. So my shoulders don't quite move the same on both sides, so it just makes sense for me to do things like laterals 1 arm at a time sometimes. We do this to pre-exhaust a little bit, get some blood in there so we don't have to go quite as heavy on the shoulder presses that are going to follow, because going heavy is just it's not a good idea for me anymore. I can go up to 120s or even 130s for some good reps in the off season. But right now, I'm not going there. Let's go.
The elbow thing.
Matt has the coolest squiggly veins, as you can see. Reminiscent of a 90s bodybuilding star named Paul Dillette. A lot of young guys think you get scored for veins, like extra points, but it's
and I think you should.
Well, it's actually not,
right.
It's not actually the case.
Next, we did seated dumbbell presses. It's always been a staple in my shoulder routine. Great compound movement. I prefer the dumbbells to the barbell, just because you can hold the dumbbells out to your side. With the bar, it's either a little bit in back of you or a little bit in front of you. So it's always a little bit of an angle, either external or internal rotation. But with the dumbbells, you can keep it directly over the shoulder joint as you press. This gym, the dumbbells only go to 100 pounds, so that's fine for me right now anyway, but that's as heavy as we went.
Here we go. Up. Good. All right, here we go. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 reps. 7, 8. Yep. 13. 15. Good. Same. So Matt wants to do something different. What are we doing here?
Superset. Side laterals. And some presses.
Oh boy.
See how it goes.
After the shoulder presses, after the dumbbell presses, we did a superset of dumbbell laterals and seated hammer strength behind neck press. This was Matt's idea, and liked it. We got a really good pump out of this. The pre-exhaust works well because you're isolating the shoulders or the medial delts with the dumbbell laterals. Then you sit right down into an overhead press, which involves the front delts, the side delts, triceps, and it's balanced for you. It's a machine, so you don't have to worry about keeping it balanced or anything like that. You just press up, work the shoulders hard, and we did 3 of those. That was fine. My reps ended up being a little higher on the laterals than I had intended. I think I was going up 15, 18 reps on my sets. But if I had gone heavier with the laterals, I think I would have been swinging more. I wouldn't really have been getting the feel in the side delts that I was after. I typically don't go that heavy on laterals, not as heavy as I used to in years past. And especially now with my left shoulder, I have to be just more careful. If I go too heavy, I can end up feeling it in a bad way for about a week later. It just starts feeling better by the time time comes around to train shoulders again.
Come on. Up. Oh, Matt's pissed. How many? You wanted 10 or something. He gets so mad when he doesn't get the reps he wanted.
I know.
Maybe I could give an F.
Yeah.
I was supersetting those using the same dumbbells with to do front raises, and then immediately I would go into upright rows. Normally I'll use an easy curl bar and the widest possible grip for those. When you use a wide grip on the upright row, it's going to hit your medial delts perfectly. If you go closer in, the closer in you go, it's going to work more traps, which is fine if traps are what you're after, but my traps are about as big as they probably ever need to get, so I'm not too concerned about that right now. Shoulders, side delts, like you can never get too wide, especially if you weren't blessed with the really narrow waist, hips, midsection. Shoulder width and upper back width is something you're always going to want more of. I always want more of. That was it for our shoulder workout. Matt went on by himself and did rear laterals after we practiced a little bit of posing. I try to work out with Matt. once every weekend. It's kind of a struggle